is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie. Welcome to the Wednesday podcast. Today we're talking about that sweet, sweet revenge on a neighbour. When, when you find out that they've done something to your lawn and you wait around about 5-6 years and you get that gang of bikies to finally knock on the door and get them over there.
I don't agree.
Next thing there's a few knees have been taken out. Have they? Oh, that was accidental.
Yeah.
No, I would never do that. But a lot of people think about that stuff.
I had a neighbour that was a bit of a nude neighbour, and she would sunbake in the nude, and Leisha and I would go, oh my God, you can see everything from here. So do you know what I did to get back at her? I went round there.
You watched her for the next 3 days?
Completely nude, and knocked on her door, and she came to the door and saw me. I said, yeah, well, if you don't want to look at me, maybe I don't want to look at you.
You're a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
And
got back at her.
And was it 3 months in Silverwater you spent?
4.
Oh, right,
yeah,
gotcha.
But it was just
and how was that being nude in jail? Was that a bit of a weird experience?
It was only the time in the showers, but I had a cellmate, Kevin, who looked after me.
Yeah, well, his nickname, he lived up to it.
Yes,
Bruiser,
he
that's
did.
for sure.
My God, I could. Anyway, let's move on. That's slightly off track from where we wanted to be with neighbour revenge stories today.
I've got an amazing story of a neighbour who waited 10 years for revenge. I'll repeat that again. 10 years for revenge. It's in the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk about this one. Beautiful couple in a lovely relationship. She's decided, she sat down and she said to her boyfriend, hey, I've got an idea about how I can help make some money for us moving forward. They live together, Fitz. She said, I'm going to change direction in terms of my work. I'm thinking about becoming an influencer.
Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because, I mean, you know what? You got to let them. If that's their main, if that's their main source of money, it's going to be tough. It takes quite a while to build up followers, doesn't it?
It takes a hell of a long time, I would have thought. He's reacted in absolute support. He said, "You can do that, but I'm moving out. I don't want to be in the back of your videos, and I don't want to be a cameraman."
Yeah.
And for a guy that has a wife that does a bit on Instagram, that role of husband, father, radio guy, cameraman can be quite demanding. Not from that angle.
Have you? Are you going through this?
Oh, boyfriends of Instagram. Yeah. Not only is the angle wrong, when she doesn't look good in a shot, that's the photographer's fault again.
It's always yours.
And I stand there going, honey, I can only work with the subject I have.
Yeah.
You've got me to press a button. Now, what happens after that is up to the person in front of the camera. Now, I can't do anything about your hair. It's not my fault.
Have you heard of this? Have you heard of the AFL player Ivan Soldo?
No.
So he was at Port Adelaide, right? And his girlfriend, I think it might be his fiancée or wife, but she's an influencer. So he got traded over to Adelaide to play for Port Adelaide. He had 1 year there, and he didn't enjoy the year there. And his influencer wife said, "I don't like South Australia. Adelaide's boring."
Okay.
So they wanted to leave the club and go to another club. The unfortunate thing, other clubs don't really want him, and he's still got a year left to go on his contract at Port Adelaide.
So what's she done?
So he's a boyfriend of Instagram who has to take some videos of her. And he said, well, I'm out of Adelaide. This is boring. He's agreed with her and he's gone, well, we're getting out of here. But unfortunately, no other club wants him. So now they have to go back to Adelaide with the influencer wife. And she doesn't want to be there.
How am I meant to get the shots with the boring backdrop of Adelaide?
That is a boyfriend of Instagram who's in a world of hurt for the next year.
Is there a dislike button for that?
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk neighbours.
Oh, at the TV show, or you want to do
it's probably, it would have
Michael
to be
and Susu next door?
by a mile would have to be the best television show this country's ever produced. By a mile.
Shivers. What about Blue Heelers? Oh, sorry. What about Home and Away?
Country Practice.
I loved a Country Practice.
Yeah, Secret
Okay.
Life of Us.
Oh, my God.
Secret Life of Us was it? What
Claudia
about
Carvin.
Heartbreak High?
Police Rescue.
Yeah, that was huge.
Round the Twist?
Yep.
Play
you
School.
Oh, yeah, right
Big
up
Brother.
Oh, well, that's
Trying to help
dated.
out.
That's where it all started.
It's your birthday. I'm trying to help out.
A man has been commended for his revenge on a neighbour. So the neighbour blocked this guy's planning permission to extend his house out the back. That's tough. Because you know what? It's out the back. Let it go. It's not out the front.
Depends what it is, though.
Yeah, and it depends on the height, whether they're looking into your backyard. Everyone's always got something to say.
He said the reason why, because he didn't want the renos to go ahead because effectively it blocked the sunlight to his property.
Okay.
So if you're going to go renos out the back, you block my sun.
Well, that's
Don't you
there
block my
needs to be
son.
a discussion about that.
Yeah, you do. And quite often with those permits, they take into account the direction of the sun and sunlight.
The day that he was knocked back for his planning permit, that neighbour decided to plant 8 tall trees into the side of his house. And they were very young, obviously, so he's planted them. His revenge took 10 years.
Got him. Got him a beauty.
10 years for those trees to grow.
Oh, mate.
And he has now completely
Gotcha.
blocked out the sunlight to his neighbour's
Huge
house.
commitment.
Wow.
Year number.
That is a great effort.
It's a real grudge.
Right.
Imagine the nights he spent out there seesawing them.
Grow.
And that first moment when you realise,
Sun's
he's getting he still gets a little bit of sun. Give it another 6 months, and I reckon I've got him here.
Wow.
Now the guy doesn't get any sun on his house at all, and there's nothing he can do because the trees are in his neighbour's yard.
Spraying it with something
Do you
at
know
some
what?
point.
Some of those big trees have been poisoned around our
I
area.
know.
Which is
How long did
terrible.
it take you to do that, mate?
Do you know there's one tree, there's one area in a very exclusive part of Sydney. There's a house that sits with a view of the water and the bridge. And to this day, there's been beautiful trees that line a walk that goes down to the water. All of a sudden, those trees have died. I wonder who did it.
It's just It's just the soil.
After all those years, trees that have been here before man arrived.
The
Right?
big figs.
And
Are they
all-
nice big figs
big
or
figs.
something? Yeah.
Who done it? Do you know in some cities they put up billboards?
Yes.
So if you cut down a tree or you poison a tree, and because you wanted a better view, they'll put up a board to block your view, as it should be.
What?
It's even uglier than a tree, isn't it?
I do like the calculated responses from neighbours. And you know what? I know, and you watch a current affair every night, people can blow up on the people have short fuses, and I understand that, but I do like a calculated revenge. Have you done this on a neighbour before? I remember my primary school teacher, Mr. Joy, the next door neighbours used to throw the dog poo over the fence into his yard.
Can't do that. That's not much joy.
They had a pool, though, and I remember we had Christie's Creek down the road. We used to go and catch yabbies down there one day, and Mr. Joy asked us, catch as many yabbies as you can, boys. And then we all offloaded them into the next door neighbour's pool.
Well, I mean, if he's throwing a couple of landmines over the fence.
Oh, I thought you meant that they were throwing the poo over the fence and it was landing in the pool and it was becoming some kind of little cesspit.
Couple of floaters.
They had the pool.
But what about the guy? Remember the guy who erected a big one-fingered salute in the backyard? He put a giant statue. That's right. He broke up with his wife, bought the house next door, and put a huge statue of just the middle finger in the backyard facing her house.
These people need therapy. Or just a holiday.
These are the small wins that you need in life, Kate, sometimes.
No!
They are.
Grudges, they will poison you and give you cancer.
Well said, Kate Ritchie.
But it's great entertainment for radio. If you've got a story, 13 24 10, revenge on the neighbour. Beck in Windsor. How did you get revenge on a neighbour, Beck?
All right. So, my neighbour, she was an absolute word we won't say on air, but we didn't get along at all, and she had a dog. We had issues, so we ended up moving out of the house. little did she know that the fence that we owned, we took with us, and she didn't have anywhere to let her dog out the back anymore. So
You took the fence with
jokes
you?
on
What do you
her.
mean you took the fence with you?
So we had built a fence when we moved into the house.
What sort of
for
fence
our
was it,
dog.
Beck?
It was just like a school fence, like
right.
one of those tools.
Yeah.
School fencing. When we moved out, we took the fence with her because she used to let her dog out the back and run around, and she can't let her dog out the back anymore.
Awesome. Got her a beauty.
Beck.
You want
Yes.
Yeah, you like the fence? Go and buy a new one yourself. Got her a beauty. That's great, Beck.
You should have just left. You should have broke up the fence and just left it in her front yard, Beck, and just said, "Oh, there's that fence that you needed for your dog."
Tommy, what about the neighbours you had? That was terrible. There were 3 girls living above you when you were in that apartment, and you used to bang on the roof, on the ceiling.
Yeah,
the roof.
I got a broom, and every time there'd be some unwanted noise from either or any of the ladies,
Bang, bang, bang.
yeah, bang the broomstick.
And you Tom on the broomstick.
Yeah,
It's
up
Mary
on,
Poppins.
Yeah, well, a different version of and it absolutely did not work.
Didn't you go and speak to them the next day?
Yeah, we had a sit down meeting.
Because it wasn't only parties that you could hear conversations, and then one of them got a boyfriend, I think.
Yes, and all hours of the day or night.
Really?
Bang, bang, bang on the ceiling. Yeah. But
You're all so childish, all of you. In
Why
here.
is that?
The 3 of you.
You're not interested in sharing personal
yes and no.
stories?
No. Well, Tom had numerous broomsticks because they played Quidditch. You played a bit of Quidditch at home, didn't you?
They're knobs
With
and
the kids?
broomsticks.
well, yes, absolutely.
Now I'm getting involved.
Yeah, so
I
you're,
hate it
you're
when I
so
do that.
childish,
But
Kate.
I can recommend that to anyone. Get
Bang,
out
bang,
the broom.
bang.
Yeah.
What, the bang, bang, bang?
If in doubt, bang.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I just got a text from my mom.
Yes, because I'm a textpert, an expert at texting.
Write my reply.
You've got me in love again. This is a really big one, and we chose this one because it rang true for a show that I'm watching at the moment without giving away too much of the show. Emma received a text message. Emma's 46 years old. She received a text message from her husband, Tim. He's 49. The message came through 2 weeks ago. That
Have they
clearly,
been married for a while? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
46, 49, I'd say.
clearly wasn't meant for her.
Yeah.
And it read, Hi, Jackie. I'll pick up the bracelet Tuesday after work. I have the 4,500 I'll transfer on the day. She's going to love it. Thank you again. The problem is, Tim is yet to give her the bracelet, and they celebrated their 21st wedding anniversary on Sunday. The bracelet is clearly for another woman.
It's yet to be seen. Oh, do you know what this reminds me of? That brilliant scene, one of my favourite actresses, one of 2, Emma Thompson in Love Actually, where
Heartbreaking.
she gets a CD and she thinks she's getting the bracelet, but he's bought it for the lady in the office, and she goes and has a quiet cry
But just doesn't
in the
want to say
bedroom and then
anything.
pulls it together and goes back out to live her life with the family.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
A show that we just started on the weekend, Perfect Couple.
Oh, yeah, I've started that too.
I'm not giving away too much, Emma, because it's right at the start of the show.
Oh, you've given away the
Am
whole
I giving
lot.
away too much?
Yeah, just don't, because it could. Does it come up
It
later
might
in the
be in the
series?
trailer. You'll be okay, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to go
And
for it
in
anyway.
The Perfect Couple, there is a character called Jackie, which is spelled Jacquie,
Did Nicole?
which is a weird way of spelling it.
Nicole Kidman.
Did Nicole Kidman write
Leaf
this
Striver.
text?
Is that how you say his last name? Anyway, it's a scene in the show where she goes to pick up some jewellery for a very important event.
Oh,
And the jeweller, the personal jeweller, because they're in the Hamptons and they have truckloads of cash, the personal jeweller says, "Why aren't you wearing the beautiful bracelet?" She has a moment where she realises a bracelet has been purchased, but it's not for her.
who's buying bracelets, by the way?
It's nothing
Yeah,
to do
I know
with it, Kate.
bracelets.
Diamond encrusted.
I don't think I got a bracelet since I was 17 from Big Bad Shano.
I bought my wife a bracelet long ago.
I had one for 6 months, an ankle bracelet.
That was cool. It kept
would
beeping,
go off,
didn't it?
Yeah, it went off when I
you
went in certain
left your
areas.
suburb.
But
Okay.
do you give your partner a bit of time here to present the bracelet to you?
How
Or-
long? How long?
Well, yeah, and you're right. If the 21st wedding anniversary's already gone, I dare say there's no other
Do you know
event.
the other time you hear of this sort of stuff happening is when there's panic, where a girl will find a ring in the bedside table or somewhere in the house, and then there's a huge delay between finding the ring and the proposal, and they're left wondering maybe he's changed his mind. Or, once again, maybe it's not for me.
Who puts anything in the bedside table?
Well,
I know I'm picking up things that don't really have
once again,
anything
irrelevant.
to do. Okay, so what is she asking for? She needs some advice
What
about
do I
how
do?
to proceed.
How do I write? Do I write back? Do I pretend I didn't get it?
Oh, you've got to confront them. don't you?
Yeah, I think you've just got to be upfront now. If the anniversary has been $4,500 on a bracelet, it's a very nice bracelet. I would just be saying, hey, who's Jackie? Just drop it in.
Jackie's
A coffee.
Jackie's the
No, I'm
jeweler.
not asking
The
you
jeweler.
who Jackie is. I'm saying that when you go for a coffee on a Saturday morning with your partner, you just
What about this?
digging in and you say, hey, who's Jackie? And just
Bang.
watch.
What about this, Kate? What if you went and bought him something really nice? So you go and buy him something really nice. You sit down.
That you can return.
Yeah, that you can return. Keep the receipt. So you buy him something really nice. You give it to him. And then he says, why have you done this? This is completely over the top. This is far too much. Thank you. And then you say, well, to be honest, you sent that message to me, so I know that you've bought me the bracelet. So I felt like I had to. So you put him on the spot there.
No, you don't do that because what
then
you
he'll
have
run out and buy another one.
you have given him the opportunity to worm his way out of it.
Oh, no worming?
Because then he will go and buy a $4,500. He'll borrow money from his friend. He'll go and buy a $4,500 bracelet, and then you'll never really know.
Well, isn't that good?
No.
13 24 10. Help Jackie out. Jackie, she needs your help. Has this happened to you? Like, have you been in a situation where you found out that there's been some jewellery purchased and you've just waited, you've sat there and thought, hang on a minute, can't be long now.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you realise it's not for you.
How long do you sit on the info?
I'm still trying to get over how she spelt Jackie.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it being
Oh,
a
sorry.
bracelet.
Oh, sorry, I'll
And
move
don't
on.
worry about bedside tables. You can keep
Okay.
anything you want there. That's not the point of the story.
Hannah's given us a call from Ride. What would you do if you're in her shoes, Hannah?
Luckily, I've never been in that situation. I've had a few, mishaps with my husband, but stuff he can fix. But I think she just needs to be upfront with him. If she starts playing games and being like, who's Jackie, or, buying him a bracelet, it's just going to make the situation more complicated. She should just, show him the message directly on her phone and just be like, so what's this about?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
clear it
I
up straight away.
agree because I think you can do your hair,
Lose your
It's
mind.
best to get the truth, isn't it? Because quite often what's going on in your head, it could be cleared up.
Hannah, have you ever been cheated on?
Yeah, but ages ago.
How did you
So,
find out?
Okay.
I found out through friends, and I confronted the girl and the guy straight away.
Oh my
So-
God! What,
Good
the two
on
of them
you.
together at the same time?
Oh no, literally they were separate occasions. I confronted them. He lied. She told the truth.
Oh no! He tried to get out of it, and then she dobbed him in.
Yeah. Oh, he was shady anyway, so it was all good.
Oh my
Typical
gosh!
male. Bloody
So
girl.
disappointing on behalf of all males. We apologise.
Well, it's
That
not
behaviour
always,
is
not always the
We're not
case.
always like that, are we?
Not
Oh,
always.
I don't know. I'm not a man.
So what's the percentage, you reckon, Kate? 75% of blokes are like that?
Yeah,
so
but
there's
75
I don't
room,
know.
80 to
Oh,
95.
I don't know.
Let's remember
Well, which
that
one
it
out
takes
of
two
these
to
three?
tango.
3.
Takes a hell of a
Oh,
lot.
Tommy as well.
Takes two to tango, Kate. If the guy's cheating off and the girl's cheating, or the girl's cheating with the guy, yeah.
Yeah, but what about the third wheel?
What about the third
Who's
wheel?
not cheating? Who's at home looking after the 3 children?
She'll end up cheating just to get back at them.
No, she won't. She doesn't have time,
It's
mate.
hard to say.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast. Kate Ritchie's
Theme Queen.
Can you believe it? We're up to round 29 of Theme Queen. Some said it wouldn't last.
Didn't they? They said that about their bloody internet too, didn't they, mate?
I am your host with a voice. Well,
Go on.
I'm your host with a voice so sweet. Angels want me to sing, and the best guest at a barbecue. Just ask the King, Kate Ritchie.
Ah, it's your royal tie-in.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
angelic? Do you
singing?
think I have an angelic voice?
No.
Are you singing at the Royal Barbecue, are you?
Yeah, I think I might.
Do a duet.
Maybe at the end of the day.
What was the song that you did with Troy, the Johnny Cash song? You could maybe perform
Jackson.
that again.
I'm going to
Jackson.
Jackson. It's not very Australiana, though, is it?
No, it's not.
I'd probably do a bit of a waltzing Matilda.
Okay.
Waltzing
Yep.
Matilda. The game's very simple. We know how to play 3 rounds. In each round, there are 3 songs. And, of course, the 3 songs are connected by a theme. That's what you've got to get. So listen to all 3 songs and have a go. Get involved. Round number 1, song number 1.
Lionel Richie.
What a great song this was.
Oh,
All night long, Lionel Richie.
The
think I
joke
know the
at
answer.
primary school was how long was Lionel Richie was crook? How long was he on the toilet for? And everyone used to sing, "All night long."
Oh, did
they really?
That's when jokes were clean and kind of funny.
It's funny.
Song number 2. Oh, wow.
Fitty.
I love a bit of Fitty. I'm going to be honest. Song number 3.
I hear the train a coming.
Johnny Cash.
Speaking of Johnny Cash.
And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in
Okay, what do we got?
prison.
What's the theme, guys?
Rick-
This one's
Richie.
meant to be easy.
Richie, Cent, and Cash. Is it monetary?
Oh, Fitzy, you're on fire. The birthday boy takes out round number 1. Let's head into round number 2, song number 1.
Mariah?
Yeah. I
What's
love
the name of the
Mariah.
We belong together.
Song number 2. Who we got?
This is J-Lo.
It is.
I'm
Can
overthinking
wear
this.
hoop earrings like nobody's business.
I'm overthinking all of this now. Like, I'm looking for too fine a detail.
Just you know what?
No, I've lost myself.
Let the songs wash over you.
I need them to talk to me.
Mariah Carey, J-Lo, and this guy.
Ricky Martin.
Still one of the most surreal moments in radio in my career was when Ricky Martin played us his new song on his laptop in the studio.
They panicked
Remember
about
this?
how bad it was.
And he was so nervous, Kate, on how we were going to react to his new song.
Do they
And
know
then-
that you're told to clap and cheer and say it's
He didn't know that.
fantastic?
But then there was this awkward moment where we had to dance along to it and go, "This is unbelievable, Ricky." I mean, it didn't blow us away.
But were you shaking your hips?
Well, Tom started gyrating his pelvis and
Yeah.
tried to dance like Ricky, and I thought, this is a bit full on.
Tommy started with a booty pop, which I thought
It
was...
was before he hit play on the laptop.
Yeah. And
What
then
is
you
a
were-
booty pop?
It's where
What's
you drop.
that?
It's where you drop.
Oh, it's you pop your,
Sure.
you
your
pop
bum
your
out.
butt out. And you,
Oh, like that.
Don't do that again.
Oh, wow,
Okay.
that
Don't do
poor
this.
desk.
Hey, I
who
don't
we got?
know. I got Mariah, I got J-Lo, and I got Ricky Martin.
Okay, what do they all have in common?
Is it their
I'm going to give you a
backgrounds?
clue. No,
No?
it's something closer to home.
They have kids.
Yeah. Ooh. What do they
To
have?
different fathers and mothers?
I don't think
No?
Ricky has a baby to a mother.
Okay, sorry. Oh, yes.
They both have...
Well, I don't know. I could be wrong.
They all have adopted kids.
No. How many do they?
They all have 2 kids.
And what are they?
Boys. Lebanese.
Blue healers?
keep going.
No.
Legends.
No. When
Legends.
they look,
Legitimate.
they look very legitimate or illegitimate.
Either way.
They're twins, guys. I'm just going to give it to you.
yeah, all,
Yeah, parents of twins.
all
I didn't know
Lebanese.
J-Lo
Or
had twins.
Lebanese twins.
Who's J-Lo's twins with? A-Rod?
Mark Anthony.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Okay.
I'm learning.
Well, how
in
are you
theme
going to go
queen.
with round number 3? If that one was tricky, let's start that with song number 1.
Who's that?
Oh, that voice. Come on.
That's not CeeLo Green, is it?
It's Rag and Bone Man, guys.
Okay.
With a bit of Calvin Harris thrown in. What's the song called?
I am.
I know, I would have thought that as well.
It's Giant, isn't it?
Yes, it is,
Giant.
Tom. Thank goodness for you.
Okay.
Song number 2.
Don't know this one.
Imagine Dragons.
Demons.
With the song Demons.
Okay.
Okay.
And song number 3.
Power. All right, I got it.
That's Kanye West.
Okay.
With
Well, can we...
the song the Fremantle Dockers.
Yeah.
For the Brisbane
Fitzy,
Lions.
don't get too big for your boots. I know it's your birthday, but
Go
you
on,
can't
Ryan.
make fun of Theme Queen.
Take out the AFL round.
Whipper's being very generous here. What is it? What's the theme that connects all 3 songs in round number 3 this morning?
They're all AFL club.
There we go.
Do you know what?
I don't even have a prize for you.
I'm always left wanting more. From this game.
Head to the podcast.
What, and play it again?
Yeah.
But I know the answers now.
Well, you might do a lot better the second time around.
I'm on the Nova player now. Where do I go?
No, you've just played.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Do you know what another bad idea that you've had, Whip, is when you got your dinghy sent up from Mum and Dad's house up to your place, and you thought you were so excited to get the kids out there on the harbour and go fishing with the kids, and I do love it. You are very passionate about it, but it is
Tight
fishing.
lines.
It's a very unique recreation that not everybody loves doing.
No, and it can take a lot of effort.
I've just joined a fishing club.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have.
Just because you have a friend at the wharf doesn't mean it's a club.
It's a fishing club.
What do you do? But what is there competitions or
There are competitions. You have these like spearfishing competitions as well. You go down there, you'll have a list of how many different species you have to have a crack at.
Spearfishing's not.
It's a pretty unique
Sounds
skill.
awful.
No, it's not.
You'll end up shooting the groper.
Well, you don't shoot the groper. You never shoot the groper.
No, well, unless you're on holidays and you don't know the rules.
You tried to shoot me a couple of times.
There's a viral video that's gone crazy around the world, and it's 3 kids on a dinghy with Dad.
Here we go.
Have you seen
This is brilliant.
Okay, Whip, you haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to set this up. I'm going to show you the video. You're going to hear the audio. Now, the young girl that's on the left, she is crying her eyes out. She doesn't want to be there, you can see. And the boy on the right is so scared to be there, right?
Okay.
And they don't want to be out fishing with Dad, and then something happens that...
It says written on the page too, the kids will never go fishing again.
Oh, this is my favourite one. Good thing Mum is screaming. That helps the trauma dig deep.
So I think I've got to set it up because, I mean, we are on radio here. So the kids don't want to be here. You'll hear one girl crying. What happens is a huge fish actually comes out of the water and hits all 3 kids in the head.
You're kidding me. That just doesn't happen.
Have a listen to this.
Okay. It's quite fun. Oh my, what are the chances
Exactly.
of a giant fish which looks like some sort of tailor?
And they're out there. It's still
Bang.
water. It's really still. They're on a lake
They're
or
on a
something.
lake, yeah.
So and the kids are already petrified, like you said,
funny.
Fitzy.
It's funny.
Like
It's funny. Like the first kid closest to where the fish enters the boat, it hits him straight in the head. Whack!
Straight in the head.
And he's back. He rolls back off the seat. Dad grabs him while the other 2 are screaming. Can we hear the audio of that?
and it's not a little goldfish.
Fun day fishing.
Mum's screaming is like.
Do you know what? The lack of fish,
guttural.
the lack of fish that have ended up in our boat when we go fishing, we would have taken that. We would have taken that for sure.
Oh, my gosh. And this will scar these kids forever. They will never go out on the water ever again. What a disaster family fishing story or any disaster fishing story. Phil in Manly, what happened on your fishing trip, Phil?
Oh, there's a night of shocker. I got invited away by a couple of gun anglers up to South Beach Rocks to chase dewies. And we met in Manly at 6 p.m. We went and got live bait. We had about 24 mullet.
Yep.
Whacked it in the back of this very old Land Rover that he borrowed from his mate's mother, and it was very sketchy. And anyway, we got 24 live mullet, and we're about a couple of hours north of Sydney, and there's enough room for me to sit in the back corner. And the car was loaded to the tilt, big weekend planned, and we get a couple of hours north of Sydney. I fall asleep, and I wake up to a clunk, and the car's blown up, middle of nowhere, and it's smoking up a storm. And we just blew the gasket, and something else went through the motor. The car was rat shit.
Mum, aren't those cars meant to run forever?
Yeah, this has done about 400,000 k, but this one was sketchy. It sounded sick. And it wasn't even our car, so it's not good. So now we're stuck in the middle of nowhere. We called like the equivalent of NRMA.
Yeah.
This guy said, "Look, the best we can do is run you back to, where the Leyland brothers had
the Big Ayers Rock, the Uluru."
They dropped us in the middle of the Ayers Rock thing at about 11:15 at night.
Oh.
And we managed to get onto a mate who lives in Sydney, who's a plumber, and he's got one of those big pimped up high ace trucks. He managed to get a U-Haul trailer at 11:30 or 5 to 12 from Hornsby. He picked us up 3 a.m. or 3:30 in the morning.
No, Phil.
And we were sitting out there, and this is after the thing had been, after the fire up at the Leyland, so it's like something out of the killing field sitting there in the car.
Yeah, it is, because were you there when it had been shut down, so it was just a ghost town?
It was like 9/11. The place is all it's all caged up. You can't go in there, and there's all that's left is just a smoke bomb.
What's that movie with John Tarrant, the backpackers killing thing?
Oh, God.
It was a horrible
It'd be like Wolf
situation.
Creek up there, wouldn't it? And how were the mullet going?
Yeah,
how were the 24 mullet going at that point?
They're still alive, just running amok, waiting to be eaten alive off the break wall at South West Rocks, and never had the luck. So we ended up getting back to Hornsby at 6:30 in the morning, and we dumped this piece of crap four-wheel drive at a mechanics, and we got back to Manly mid-morning. It was just an absolute shocker.
You didn't even get to go fishing.
It's a great story, though.
That's an amazing story.
Thank you, buddy.
Christian in Camden, fishing disasters. You had one with a celebrity, Christian.
No, it wasn't actually a celebrity, but I have told the story to a celebrity. It was a fishing disaster with my old man. But a couple of formalities first. Ned Brockman, effing legend.
Yep.
Win Wednesday, win the week.
Thank you.
Happy birthday,
mate.
Well done.
Oh,
Thanks,
wow,
Christian.
kicking
There's
it
a
all
lot-
off,
there's a
getting
lot
through
going
the
on there.
agenda
Beautiful
there,
list.
Christian.
You've thrown
We went
out
fishing
the
in the
bait.
Whitsundays.
You've thrown out the bait and got a couple of nibbles there. Well done, Christian. What's your story?
No worries. We're fishing up in Whitsundays. We had a houseboat for a week, and we thought we'd try this sneaky little tactic of swimming off the back of the boat with hand lines.
Oh, yeah.
And dangling the bait out in front, trying to lure the coral trout out.
Great idea.
Oh.
Yeah, well, it is until the old man had the bait in his pocket, and a wobbegong shark come up and had a little nibble on his pocket.
Oh, no!
A little gummy shark, mate. He done his best impersonation of Jesus to get across that water back into the boat.
Jeez.
Good one. Could we talk to fishermen more often?
Yeah, fishing stories
Because
bring out the best.
it's just the heart. It's the
heart of the nation.
heart of the nation.
I feel like you've got to go through a lot of pain before you actually have success with fishing, don't you? Like that's what it's all about,
I
isn't
think
it?
you got to go out there not expecting much, so everything's a bonus.
Mate, fishing's about the conversation in the boat. It's not always about the fishing. We always drop the GoPro down there as well on the bait bucket. So when we get home and Mum says, "Did you catch anything?" We say, "Yeah, we did on film. Yeah, absolutely, we did." But no, nothing on the hook. Another quiet one. It's not just about the fish, guys.
I know why you go fishing. You like to put the bait in your pocket, don't you?
Mm-hmm. And just hope for anything.
hoping for a gobby shark or something.
Sorry, mate.
What's in
a
it,
wobby shark.
Out of context, Kate.
Wobbegong.
One of the most popular fish in the sea.
Oh, my God.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
King King Charles and Queen Camilla are coming to the country. What do you think I should gift the King?
A pair of neon pink fudgy smugglers.
These boxes, Cadbury favourites.
Of Poppy and Pop Magic.
Do you know what he doesn't have? He doesn't have a gold logie, mate.
No, he doesn't have a gold
You're not gonna
logie.
can't give him a gold
We
logie.
threw it out yesterday because, of course, the Royals... they're arriving tomorrow. Is tomorrow Thursday?
Oh my gosh.
Thursday or Friday.
Oh,
Yeah,
Thursday,
might be
Friday. So depending
Tell
on
me
when
it-
they leave Heathrow or wherever they're leaving.
Are they a chance for Olivia Rodrigo tickets tomorrow, the King and the Queen?
Oh, wouldn't that be exciting?
Maybe we could gift them that, because that's what we were talking about, is given the opportunity to be able to say hello or give something as a representative of the show.
So what
the
do you think
wider
you could turn
group.
up, meet him? Hello, how are you? Lovely to meet you, Katie. And then you
He wouldn't
go...
call me Katie because he'd have someone in his ear telling him what my proper name is.
And then you go, hey, good news, big fella. Here's a double to Olivia Rodrigo. All yours.
I'm not going to speak like that. I'll get to etiquette in a moment. We threw it out there. I can't compete with gifts like these are some gifts that they've been given in the past. Queen Elizabeth was given a miniature throne from the Game of Thrones series. I don't know if she was a fan.
We've got a sword.
What is it? What, a Timu throne, is it?
Yeah, a tiny little throne.
We've got a sword from Game of Thrones, Kate.
Do you?
Yeah, White Claw. Is that what it's called?
I think we had to take that out of the office.
Oh,
it was
did
an
we?
HR issue.
Oh.
What about 12 boxes of mangoes was given to Prince Andrew?
Hey, just on the sword, could you give it to him, Whip, and say Windsor is coming?
That's not... Oh, that's really good.
Instead of
Fitzy.
winter is coming,
It's your
Windsor is
birthday.
coming, and knight him on the spot. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Pointing a sword at the king, you may get gang tackled by a few security guards.
Yeah, I think it'd be quite hard to get in the weapon. We asked the question overnight, and on our socials we had a few suggestions, like a bluey coin. I mean, brilliant.
That's not
Can't
bad.
get much more Australian than that, but I just don't feel like it's enough. Vegemite, a blue healer. I don't know if they'll get that home.
Okay.
Or
And
the tucker box dog, what was that one?
Yeah,
The
that's a
Gundy
blue
guy?
healer.
Is that a blue healer?
Yeah, dog in a box.
Cattle dog or something. What I'm working out is that I don't think we can choose one gift. Like I don't think one gift is enough or can represent
What,
us
you're going
in
multiple gifts
Well,
two.
no.
We're struggling for one.
I think
No.
I have a great idea.
Okay, you go.
A while ago, two very, very heavy wooden boxes arrived by ship from the UK. They were two marble, hand-painted, giant members that Ed Sheeran has sent us.
Members of what?
Members.
That he also
male members.
gifted Elton John
Of what?
with.
A male member. An appendage.
Oh.
Yes, a Johnson.
Oh, I saw that. I
yes.
saw you whisk it out of the office one afternoon.
Yeah, hand-painted. You could give him one of those. Stands about 5 foot tall, so it's your height. And you could hand that over. So you'd wheel it in.
Yeah.
That's one suggestion. The other one, if you remember when
had enough
Prince
from you.
William was here, they made a very generous donation to the Bilby enclosure. In fact, may have taken naming rights at Taronga. So if you could smuggle a Bilby in.
right.
You have a look at me furry little Bilby. Look what I got you.
That's right. They did. They donated a lot of money, didn't they, to the Bilbies, the Easter Bilby.
I think I'll keep my Bilby at home.
Okay.
And I don't.
Its tongue's hanging out.
No, you just. I'm realising more and more that I should have kept this whole Premier's barbecue thing to myself.
Here, Bilby.
But I will. If you want to get involved and you might have something to suggest or either give me to put in the hamper. 13 24 10. But in the meantime,
All the
stay
suggestions
out
are
of
good.
it. You're actually you're banned. You know what? Tomorrow I'll do the royal chat with Fitzy. No,
Yeah,
because
but I'm not.
I know
I'm not a royalist. I'm not.
But that's
a.
okay. It's still part of like
I'm
it's
trying to support.
newsworthy.
I wouldn't go. Maybe you just have a chat with Tom. This is the thing. I don't know, Kate. It's
Worst case.
I don't know if I'm here tomorrow. I feel a bit crook.
Do you know what I'll do? I'll come in on my own and I'll do a royal show.
A good idea is a good
I take
idea
that
forever.
back. I take that back. But what I will say, Fitzy, is I did do a bit of research overnight because we spoke yesterday about maybe what the etiquette would be,
Yep.
given the opportunity to meet them. And you're right. I can curtsy, but the simple answer is that there is no obligatory codes of behaviour. It's just courtesy. which I think is great.
Courtesy,
However,
courtesy.
many people wish to observe the traditional forms of greeting. For men, this is a neck bow from the head only, whilst women do a small curtsy. Or other people prefer simply to shake hands in the usual way. So I'm thinking I might do a handshake, and maybe my daughter, who's 10, she might do a little curtsy to the Queen. Don't you think that's...
We've moved on from curtsies, haven't we?
Well, it's about the tradition of it.
Haven't we?
No, that's why tradition is tradition.
It's still tradition.
Oh, yeah, but there's a lot of traditions that have changed now because we live in a different landscape.
But then they're not traditions, okay?
Yeah.
They're adjustments. And some will call it evolution and progress.
Yeah.
This is a tradition.
I just think when you have to lower yourself...
You're not lowering
But you're
yourself.
not. You're paying respect.
That's the definition of it,
Do you
isn't
mean
it?
physically?
Yeah.
Because your curtsy is...
To the king. You've got to lower yourself to the king. Well,
I'm not
didn't
lowering
men in
myself,
the
I'm
day-
paying respect.
It's a greeting.
Didn't men in the day you had to get down on your knees?
Lizzie and Campsie, hello.
Wowee. Lizzie.
Hello, King.
Sharks arrived.
Lizzie and Campsie.
Hi, Lizzie. Save me. What have you got for the king?
I found a whole heap of Home and Away DVDs collecting dust, all with Sally Fletcher, and I thought we should give them to the king.
Oh, a DVD collection of when I was on TV.
I couldn't do that. I think that's very cute, Lizzie, and maybe you and I could have a movie night, but I'm not sure I'd put the king through it.
Kate, just on that, was there a toy that Sally had on the show, or is there something that would be uniquely Sally Fletcher? Like,
oh, you know what I could do? I could throw Milko in.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be if you could present King Charles with Milko.
You won't take me to the barbecue, but you'll take Milko.
Okay, Milko. No.
Imagine introducing him to an imaginary friend. I'd love to watch that.
Would Milko curtsy?
Yeah, he would. And he'd take a photo and he'd send it to you, Fitz.
Awesome.
Just get it.
Shane's in the gong. Hello, buddy.
How you going, mate?
Do you think you can help us out, do you?
Yeah, of course I can. Let's make him a surfboard.
Surfboard.
That's a great idea.
Royal colours, Royal crest, put it all on there.
Are you
put the Nova logo on there as well.
Do you make boards, Shane?
Yes.
Oh, you're
Shane.
what do you call that? A shaper. Or a this or a what do you call it?
Surfboard manufacturer.
No way.
Shane, seriously, don't talk to me like an idiot.
Awesome. I'll explain that later, Kate.
Well, I thought, isn't there? Oh, okay. You know what, Shano? I was giving you way too much credit then.
Kylie and Penrith, what do you think we should give King Charles?
Absolutely a Panthers jersey. 4 in a row, we've got it. We'll make it a pink one for Camilla.
That is a good idea.
A black one and a pink
one. No, just
signed by Gus Gould.
You guys should get it signed.
Oh no, we just leave it. I think.
I'm happy to sign it.
That is, mate.
Not by you.
Oh, sorry.
Have you seen his itinerary? Would he pop past and play a bit of aqua golf out at Penrith Panthers?
Wouldn't surprise
I
me.
don't think so.
Let's take one more. Benny's in Richmond. You got something special in mind, do you, Ben?
Yeah, I do. How you going? We bought a horse off King Charles about 2 years ago who's now running in the Melbourne Cup this year. So I reckon we should give him a set of Just Fine racing colours.
Oh, Ben, what's the name of the horse?
Just Fine is the horse.
Just Fine. So, Benny, can I ask, what's his stable or his breeder? Does he have a breeding business, does he?
Well, he inherited, obviously, a bunch of horses off Queen Elizabeth. She was a mad horse racing fan, and then Just Fine was one of them. And he was actually King Charles's first winner, and then about 4 weeks later, King Charles put a bunch of horses into the sale. We bought one of them. That horse was Just Fine. And, for 1,600 owners with my racehorse, he's now running in the Melbourne Cup.
Wow.
Benny, do you mind if I ask what you pay for one of the King's horses?
And all the
this
King's
horse
men.
was about 500,000.
Right, but then you're in a syndicate with a lot of others. How much has the horse won since you've had it, Benny?
He's won over $1 million.
Oh, this is great. There's
got a serious runner here.
What are the colours like? What are you saying? What?
They're red with a big My Racehorse horse logo on the front of it.
Yeah.
And I think King Charles would love it. They go really well in his mansion.
Mansion.
Some silks.
Yeah,
some
and you know
silks.
what?
Silks.
Maybe I could wear the silks on the day.
Frame the silks is pretty good. And when he says, "Hi, Kate, how are you?" you go, "Just fine."
Oh,
This
and
is just
Kate,
falling
you've
into
also got
place.
your whip. You've got your little jockey's helmet on and a whip.
Yep.
And then you show him how you ride just fine in that in the straight all the way home to another win.
It's getting weirder by the minute.
Yeah, you guys are really kicking the fun out of this.
This is good. I think we're rounding out beautifully. Can we take more suggestions tomorrow, Tom?
Yeah, only if they involve Milko.
So,
And just
can
me on
we
my own, if that's okay.
Can we involve all of them? Milko rocks up with a surfboard. In a
Carry it,
I would love
Milko.
to see that.
Carry it, Milko. Milko, pick it up.
Can you imagine what May's going to think when I say, hey, darling, I was taking you, but now Mummy's going to take Milko.
Milko doesn't exist.
Kate officially has lost it. On the Daily Mail front page, she rocks up in a pair of silks and a surfboard.
Whoops.
Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.